Wait, where is Mbuvi's starting position?
I'm here.
Huh? Welcome back. We are coming to you live from Nairobi Serena Hotel as we do a 2-hour live special coverage on Career Talks today. My name is Shiko Kaitani, still engaging our career panelists, our career coaches as well, if you would put it that way. And not to mention, of course, we would like to continue to recognize and appreciate all our esteemed guests right here at our town hall discussion. I managed to mention and introduce a few individuals earlier on, but at this particular point, I also do want to acknowledge one career counselor who's here from Cradle, known as Jane Karumba. Asante sana for being with us here, Jane. Just by a show of hand, if you can wave at the crowd, Asante sana. And of course, you know, our crowd here today comprises not just of career counselors, coaches, psychologists. We also do have students from quite a number of institutions here with us, also sharing their testimony. But for you who's watching us right back at home, we ask you to start sending in your questions, should you have any, as well as your comments as far as today's programming is concerned. Are you also enjoying the discussion? Is it helpful? Please let us know your feedback through our socials as well as our WhatsApp number at the bottom of your screen. Now, like I had said, as we started the show, I am definitely not alone. My co-host, Paul Ngalambuvi, is here with me, actually taking over on the floor just to engage our crowd right here in, of course, this particular hall. And so let me throw it over to Paul Ngalambuvi at this particular time. Mbuvi, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Shiko. You know, everyone has been, you've been asking people questions, but I don't think anyone has asked your question.
Ask me the question.
Is this what you studied for?
It is. Is this what you studied for?
Not even by a mile.
Would you like to tell everyone here what you actually studied?
I have a BSc in biotechnology.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny thing is, every time I'm in a bio class, or rather listening to guys talking about bio, everything comes back to me, but I still do not want to go and pursue it.
Right.
I want to be here making fun, talking to guys like Jemo and anyone else. So this is what you did?
This is what I did.
Let me just ask guys here randomly. Me, I can walk. Way back to Apple. Is everyone here doing what they thought they would be doing 10 years ago? Let me start with Madam Bono Nogopa. Umepanika, breathe in. Usijali nimevaccinatiwa, fully vaccinated. I am corona free, at least I hope. So let me just ask you, what are you doing currently? Are you a student? Are you working? Are you in business?
I'm a student.
You're a student. What are you studying?
German.
German? German? You want to speak like Arnold Schwarzenegger? So when you study German, what are you going to do next? Are you going to become a translator? Are you going to go become a German citizen? What will you do?
I want to do tourism.
You want to do what?
Tourism.
Tourism. So you want to become a tourist? So I don't know which career. Okay. So you studied German to be. Na mimi ni Mkamba na niko tu huku Nairobi sijaenda mahali. Itabidi nimetembea kidogo acha nilizo jamaa. Niaje buda. You actually look sharp. What's your name?
Sylvester.
Sylvester?
Yes.
Sylvester, what did you study?
Bachelor's degree in economics and statistics.
Economics and... Unajua watu wa econ ndio wanafanya hii country sahi ianguke. Unataka kuchange ama unataka kuplunge deeper?
Sisi ndio tutai-change generation yetu.
Okay, let me just ask you, in your opinion, from an expert point of view, because right now you're an expert in economics, where do you think we're going wrong as a country?
Most of our capital is being used to pay debts. Currently, we exceeded our targets to collect last year by 3.6%. So from then on, most of it is going to China. So we don't have capital to engage with people.
Okay.
That's why there's so many job losses. That's why currently, even if you see the...
Buda, umekuwa expert sana.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nataka tu useme tu shida moja, umetuambia kaa sita. But on a serious note, so this is what you studied?
Yes, and
is
I
this
like
what
it.
Are you employed? Are you self-employed?
I just cleared at sChat, so I'm graduating in September, and I just want to be self-employed because I believe we need economists to advise people on the next step. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anyone here who's self-employed? Anyone? Doing business?
Other than Jemo.
Huh? Ah, okay. You okay? Jemo. Anyone else? Huku nyuma? Let me go to the back again. I hope kamera itanipata huku kote. Yes, there's kuna jamaa hapa amevaa miwani. Watu wa miwani wanakanga madaktari hivi, dentist. Boss, what's your name?
My name is Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I just finished my Form 4 last year.
Form 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Okay. For now, I'm learning German.
You're also learning German?
Yeah.
You want to become a tourist?
Something like that.
So for now, you're just learning German?
Yeah.
Diploma certificate? Ama unafunzwa na neighbor?
No.
Are you in an institution? Ama you learn through YouTube? By then nowadays, guys are learning stuff through YouTube, which is okay.
Yeah.
So, but in future, after German, what do you want to do?
I want to do automotive engineering.
Engineering?
Yeah.
Automotive?
Yes.
Okay, unataka kutengeneza magari ka Tesla hivi?
Yeah.
Ma pikipiki za electric?
Yes.
All right, good stuff. All right. Once you just get your confidence level up by a notch, you're good to go. All right, a chick here. Sasa madam, habari yako? How are you doing? Acha nikuje ise. Nisome say again. Nataka ile kamera. Hiyo kamera ilikuwa ngina. Iko wapi? Okay. Atatupata. What's your name?
Mercy.
Mercy.
Yes.
Are you student, working, employed, married, not married? I'm asking for that gentleman there. So what do you do?
I'm a student.
Where?
German Institute of Professional
Everyone here is doing
Studies.
German. Okay, kuna mtu anafanya hapa Kihindi. Anybody learning Gujarati? All right, so you're also doing German.
Yes.
All right, so after German...
I would like to travel to Germany, be a citizen, work there.
Oh my God, me too. So after Germany, what else you want to do in Germany? Become a student there and study what? Because they have a lot of industries there in terms of, actually their tech is on point when it comes to automotive. Do you want to be an engineer?
No.
Daktari?
Yeah.
Daktari?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good stuff. Good. Unaweza dunga mtu sindano? Unaweza shika hivi vein yangu unaweza itafuta? Nikuoneshe. Unajua vein zangu zonga. Nakuonesha baadaye. All right, so do we have anyone here who wants to do business or is currently in business? Okay, there we go. Business. Let's see. Where tunakaa biashara? Jinako must be Waithera. No? All right, so what's your name?
My name is Deborah Kitui. I did education arts, English and literature, although I've never taught.
All right. You did it at KU?
No,
Nairobi?
Egerton.
Egerton, okay.
Yes. So currently I'm into business,
All
purely online. I do sell shoes both for men and female. Yeah, I find that's where my heart is. I feel at home doing it. I feel so upset when given a job advert about teaching. I hate it.
You didn't get the job for teaching?
I've never looked for a job.
Never ever?
Yeah, never.
From campus like this, who ulianza kuuza viatu?
Never ever.
All right, good stuff. All right.
Mbuvi, even as we continue to just get testimonies from students who are here, I think we can also engage some of the CEOs we have here, some of the counselors that we have right here at the front. In fact, perhaps even Mary Thuo, who's also a parent, I can see, right here on our list, the CEO of Cityscape Trends. Mary, please, if you could just, grab the mic, or at least you can allow Mbuvi to bring it over to you.
If you point her, I'll give her the mic. All right,
Mary is right here.
Okay.
And so, Mbuvi, when you think about it, there are also parents watching this show who have not yet even had this conversation with their kids. You remember what Jimmy was saying, that it needs to start when they are younger. Mary, your take on that, and even just starting this kind of conversation with your child, you know, in their formative years, before they even get to campus, and it becomes a dilemma, you know, like the way Anthony had said.
Yeah, thank you, Shiko. Thank you so much. I'm very excited about this discussion. My son is 14 years old, and I took her to do the assessment. And the reason why I did that is because I want him to realize, to understand who exactly he is, you know. Like myself, it was a journey. By the time I came to, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I wasn't sure, is it did I want to do catering? Did I want to do housekeeping? It was a journey. But the question should be, what problem do you want to solve? What humanity problems do you want to solve on planet Earth? Because we have big world, biggest, most pressing humanity challenges, as opposed to what do you want to do as what do you want to do, you know? So for me, when I brought my son for the assessment, I knew he had so many questions on his mind, at the back of his mind. He had doubts. And it is still okay, and he needed clarity. So taking him for the career assessment, I discovered that the moment he did it, I could see like it was like a dull bulb. And then the bulb just lit up, you know, poop, and it blew and it exploded. I'll tell you this why, because after he did the assessment at home, after we left, the site where we did the assessment, he told me, "Mom, I need money to go and shave my hair." Now he wants a new look. Meaning, there was a light that ignited inside him. It's like he found a seed. He started discovering a seed that was so big in himself that that wasn't clear. But now he can see it. So he went and had the haircut. And he was looking great. Then the next thing, I had already enrolled him in a football club. Because during this period when they were at home, he did his standard 8. And I didn't want him to be idle, so I asked him, "Can I take you for a soft skill place where you can learn?" And he said, "No, Mom, I want a football club." And I was like, wow. So I enrolled him for the football club. On that day when we did the assessment, because now he has clarity, he understands who he is. Because the first thing for everyone is that they have to understand. You have to understand who you are. The moment you understand who you are, you become unstoppable. The moment you understand who you are, and that is the first step. I think the career guide, I call it a purpose pathway. Because it shows you what it is to show you who exactly you are. Because, Shiko, without knowing who you are, it becomes very, you cannot move. And once you know who you are, the first thing, something happens, is that your life becomes meaningful. There's a lot of satisfaction. There's a lot of happiness in you. There's a lot of drive. And it is the right thing to do.
All right, who agrees with that? Did we all hear what Mary said? Yeah, okay, it's hitting home.
Yeah, I'd like to know though, what if you're not sure, Ama, you think you want multiple things? Because we've had people who've had the first 5 years of after campus, you know, you did biashara, another 5 years you employed, then you realize you don't want biashara. Now you become something else. You move to the States, like that chick wants to go to Germany and become a tourist.
With you? Like,
yeah,
oh my God.
And then there's that as well. What about that? I don't know if you asked that to any of your panelists or any of you can probably answer that question. Yeah, sure.
Flopping. Yes, go ahead, Shaheen.
So basically, I think it's all about a process that you take the student through. And I think, let me touch on the parental role, which is very, very important. Recently, we've had requests from homeschooling parents, and this is a new concept in Kenya, where parents are schooling from home. And it's a group of expatriate groups. There are about 100 parents in Kenya who also want to guide their own children and want to enroll for the career counseling course, certification course that we are offering. So basically, the first skill that we teach them is it's a progressively developmental kind of a program which looks at the cognition at every level, starting from a student who is a KCPE student, and with the new curriculum that's coming up, obviously, that is the level at which we have to make information available for students to take their choices, whether they're going the vocational way or they're going into research or STEM-based careers, etc., into tertiary education. So basically the understanding of how to counsel at each age level, starting from year 7, coming up to your O levels, which is 16, where they decide on what A-level subjects to take, or the stepping stone to university, the 2 years, whether it's IB or A-level, and then getting into university. And then how to prepare them and transition them at each of those stages. And amazingly enough, parents who are homeschooling have very high SAT scores, and they've realized, research has shown, and the fact that they are spending a lot of time, like the parent who has just talked, is identifying what their strengths are, and it all starts with the assessment as number one. Then the career counselor, the certified career counselor, or a parent who's done the course, takes them through steps. And the first one is exploration, looking at information about careers, which is available on the Cradle library, which we've simplified for students, because students don't have time to look through prospectuses and read ton loads of information. So our whole idea is to make it very visual, very simple, so that know how many years they need to get into it, what is the eligibility, what are the jobs like, etc. So it's a very seamless kind of a process where you take them through, you point towards the resources we have, and if they're there available in schools, that's what we're trying to encourage. Then take them through the next step. That is preparation. That is getting information, synthesizing it with your assessment and seeing which information is relevant for me. And that is developing the metacognition, information literacy in students, because many of the universities might want to sell their courses, and yet they might not be accredited universities. So sensitizing them to what information is accredited, what information is relevant for you at this stage, and then synthesizing it into very simplified templates where they do a comparative course research, put it down on a very simple template. You have your qualifications, scholarships available, and we turn them over to our admissions team, the university platform, who help them identify within your affordability what kind of courses can you do, what scholarships are available, what opportunities are available, what can you do with a gap year if you want it, or let's say your application has been deferred 1 semester, it will take you 1 semester, what additional skills can you develop during that time? And once they have all that information, they're in a position to make very focused decisions.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Shaheen. Bhuvi has some text messages he's going to be sampling, but listen to this, Bhuvi. We've talked about this on air so many times, and this one is for Jemo. Jemo, a lot of people, or at least young people, don't see, what is the point anyway of even kumaliza shule? Mimi nataka kuwa influencer ka Jemo. Yeah, you know, so this whole thing about being a socialite, being an influencer, being a content creator has almost taken over what people ideally, or young minds, would want to do in school. But is it as easy as it looks, by the way? And we all want to be influencers.
Are you saying that Jemo derailwa watoto wengine?
Who knows? Because they're like, what is comedy? Say I can do comedy. Say I can also do videos.
Yeah, I think first of all, we also need to address the issue of misguided passion. Like, for example, I used to go to a nightclub a long time ago, maybe for jam session. Then I used to love what the DJ used to do. So at my point in life, I wanted to be a DJ. But it was not because I wanted to pursue a career in the DJ. I just loved how the DJ controlled the crowd.
True.
You understand? So I felt maybe there was some burning passion. So there's a lot of young people who also, maybe they go to a fashion event and they feel, oh, I like that dress. I like what is happening here, so I want to be a fashion designer. But it's not because it's inborn in them. So that's also something that we need to address. Like, for example, when I took my test on Credo, I actually did.
Oh, you did?
I said, maybe what could I have been? You understand? And my results came, I was supposed to pursue something in law and order, marketing, and environmental something. And so I said, if I had discovered earlier enough I was supposed to end up in marketing, probably I could have pursued a course in marketing. So for me, I would tell someone, being an influencer or being a content creator is just like studying medicine. Because you see, those people, they stay in campus for 7 years. Now, what I'm doing, I'm actually self-educating myself so that I can keep going up. So I have to read a lot of resources. I have to know what are the trends in the global environment. So it's not as simple as people think. Yes, there's a passion, there's a training, and also there's an issue raised. There's someone who is an engineer, they want to become an actor. What they don't understand is there's a lot of things that you can learn in engineering that now you can also transform them into your acting career. So we are not at the level where Bill Gates dropped from college and became a billionaire.
Right.
In the third world country, it's a different kind of a story. So let's also manage the passion vis-a-vis the career and the professional way that you are pursuing.
That's true.
Thank you.
Well, speaking about Bill Gates, how many ladies here are reading How to Be Bill Gates' Next Wife? You know the book is out, huh?
Only Shiko would know that. Okay, so there's a question here from someone who says, hey Shiko, I'm a Form 4 graduate. I just scored a C+ and my passion was to do nursing, but I did not qualify to do because of biology only, that I scored a C-, and I would love to start with a certificate. But my parents think they can't afford. I'm confused. I have not yet chosen any career. I don't know what I would, or rather what I should do. Please advise. Okay. I'd like to ask a random person to actually help this particular person.
Okay.
Not really a random person, but someone at least at the front here. There's a gentleman here who has his hand up, so over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I'll respond to that. Most young people don't know that the Higher Education Loans Board funds students who are doing health-related courses in public Tibet. So that young person can approach help and seek assistance. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Anyone else who also wants to boost that answer? Okay. Kindly.
Yeah, thank you. For that person who is asking that question, a C+, the person is eligible for Tibet. And they are eligible, as my colleague Kamunya has said, to get HELB loans because health-related courses are taken preference in this country. So if they wanted to do nursing, C- is may not be eligible for the specific course that she wants to do, but she could start with a lower course, or he, maybe a health-related, like health records or what, then get the certificate, and then proceed to the side that he or she wants to take. Yes.
All right. There's also another question here. I trained in forestry, but prior to that, I had started a career in accounting and banking, but this was the time I was choosing a career as a young, ignorant person based on the hype and fashion at the time, something that Jemo has said. And this was quite something to me back. At one time, I even wanted to be a doctor. However, to my point, it came to me many years later that the career I should have taken was teaching as a profession. I realized later, fortunately, that teaching was really what I should have done, and this was compounded by the fact that now I am engaged and a youth counselor, and youth counseling and addiction counseling. I have been in teaching for 25 years, and I have not regretted any minute, and better still, it makes my counseling even more effective. Careers should also be fun and spiritually fulfilling. People don't think about that that deep.
Yeah, by the way, that's true.
I think a lot of us getting into the education path we took, we just wanted money.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes, once you get into that career, you realize there's no money. So without passion, you're absolutely nothing.
You want to make a U-turn.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, you unasema, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But a question to the panel here. What if you actually get into a career and you realize it's really tough, it's not what you thought? You had the passion. You have the passion to become a pilot, but you're afraid of heights. You had the passion to become a doctor. You've studied, you've graduated, but you just cannot stand the sight of, dead people all the time. So what do you do?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Professor?
Right. You are in a career like medicine and you realize you cannot stand like doing surgery. And this would mean that you have emotional issues that you need to deal with, counseling issues that you need to deal with. Maybe you went through an experience that traumatized you, and you're now having what we call PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and because of that, that now becomes what stops you from really excelling in your career, because there are issues that need to be dealt with. And there are challenges that you need to overcome, not because in your career you are limited, but because emotionally and psychologically there is something that you need to do so that you can be effective in the career of your choice.
All right. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so one of the things I want to say is that I think passion itself is not the only single determinant of your career choice. Passion must be combined with aptitudes and skills together. So in the case of a doctor that you said, passionate about medicine but cannot stand the sight of dead people or blood. So you have the passion for medicine but you don't have the aptitude or skills for medicine. So I think first is to do that. Yeah. And second is that walk away the moment you are very sure that this is not something you're passionate about. I started my career in advertising. JMO started his, part of his career in advertising. We quit our jobs in advertising because we were very clear this is not what we want to do. But also take the time to be sure that this is not what you're passionate about. Yeah. Like what you said, you sometimes you go and see a DJ. I think every man wants to be a DJ at some point in his life.
Did you want to become a DJ?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just don't jump into something because that sounds exciting in the moment. Be very sure over a period of time that you're really passionate about this, and then just leave.
All right.
And I think what I'd like to add is work experience placements during schools when you're making your choices and making yourself career ready. If you have 3 things that you're interested in, go and work at that place. Look at the skills that are required. What are the pros and cons? What are the things that are not suitable for your skills or ability? Yeah. And that's a practical hands-on experience.
All right. Okay, so there you had it. We want to take a short break. If you want to become a doctor, walk into a few mortuaries, just see a few cadavers, then make the choice. We'll be right back. Don't go too far.